Life can change in an instant. For many wheelchair users, the struggle to push forward is a daily challenge.
After years of development and countless prototypes, we created Rib Grips, the revolutionary wheelchair hand rim covers with built-in ribs for ultimate grip and comfort.
No more slick surfaces, no more heat burns, just pure, reliable grip. Rib Grips, empowering you to push forward with ease. Rib Grips, get a grip on your freedom. Discover the difference. Visit ribgrips.com and use promo code GRIP today. You just found the perfect product that helps with staying cool during hot summer runs. No more gross warm water. Stay cool with this product from Gear Handle. This hydration tube cover helps keep your water cool and easily accessible. Stay hydrated during those long summer runs or even delay from freezing in the winter. Plus, they're compatible with various brands of water bladders and come in various colors. Visit gearhandle.com and use promo code H2O today.
Hey everyone, you're listening to The Public Affair with me, Andrew G. I see someone different every episode, but do me a favor, keep it between us. Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Andrew G, and welcome to episode 43 of my podcast, The Public Affair. I'm so elated to even announce the fact that we are on 43 episodes of The Public Affair, and it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you so much. And of course to my producer, Mike, with Rogue Media Network. He's the best at everything. I love you, Mike. Thank you. Before we get started with this really great episode, which I'm super excited for, I would definitely want to give a shout out to a few of our sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to Arjon Painting with my boy Juan Arjon. He's a family-owned local paint company that specializes in residential homes, both interior and exterior, and has the best quality guaranteed. So if you need your home painted, of course you're gonna call Arjon Painting with my boy Juan Arjon. Thank you so much for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair. Of course, to Frank Biza with B&J Refinishing. Frank Biza is also a Public Affair alumni. I love me some Frank. He focuses on resurfacing bathtubs, counters, sinks, tiles, and more to original showroom quality. Offers 5-year warranty on most work and has the best prices in town. And he doesn't stop there because he's also got Co-Town Tint, and they are a mobile tint and detailing business that offers the best high quality film and products and will be all competitive prices. My boy Frank has got it going on. Thank you for sponsoring this episode of The Public Affair, man. To Pollo Box and Audio with my boy Jeffrey Monreal. He focuses on installation of stereos, door speakers, and audio systems. He also specializes in building custom subwoofer enclosures and much more. Jack of all trades. He's also been on The Public Affair. Jeffrey is the man. I love me some Jeffrey. Thank you for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to David Santabanez, another alumni, #1 sales agent in his office with Alinea Real Estate. He'll help you buy a home or sell your home, and you can follow him on Facebook at David with Alinea. Call the number on the screen, darling, for all your real estate needs. Of course, to Joe Olvera with Four Brothers Construction. He'll provide custom home and designs and renovations. He also focuses on plumbing, roofing, tree removal, electrical work, and so much more. So make sure you call the number on the screen for Four Brothers Construction if you need any of that work done. Joe, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. And of course, I can't go on without my boy Marcos Cordero with Midway Nutrition. He's located on Hewitt Drive. He has meal replacement shakes with tons of different flavors. Of course, the Honey Nut Cheerio is my absolute favorite. He gave me that Rittai tea the other day that had me sweating. I love it, love it, love it. He also has, he focuses on healthier meal replacements. And he also has Waco Nutrition and Energy located on Spate. So if you guys are looking for a little bit healthier of what you're consuming, make sure you hit up my boy Marcos Cordero at Midway Nutrition. More to come later, darling. All right, guys. So like I said, I'm really excited about this episode of The Public Affair. First of all, 43. That's like super awesome. This guy is like super hard to get a hold of. I was referred to him by my good friend Marcos Cordero, who was convinced that he would make a really good episode. And after watching his YouTube channel, I was elated and excited to invite him on the show. And I have a lot of questions for him too. I want to welcome my friend now, local YouTuber and host of the Waco Dudes, Mr. Silas Nacita. How are you today, darling?
Dude, I'm good. Bro, I'm just like, I'm trying to.
Was that much? Was that too much?
Bro, I'm impressed by how fast you can talk and be clear. You know, like, like most people that talk really fast, you can't hear what they're saying, like every word, but you were able to get every word in there.
Well, thank you. I've been on the radio for 6 years too. So, okay, but you know what? I have to take a deep breath before I do all those sponsors. I'd be losing breath. So when I'm done, I'm just like, and then God, I've lost all this weight because then like before I was like drunk and sweating and this disgusting mess. So but I'm really happy that you came. Thank you so much for making the time to come on this show. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, we have a mutual friend, Marcos Cordero with Midway Nutrition, and he was like, "Yeah, you ever heard of the Waco Dude?" And I was like, "No." And so he was like, "No, he's on YouTube. You got to check it out." And I did. And I was like, "Hey, he's kind of interesting, you know, well, easy on the ass." And so he was like, "Yeah, get him on this. You got to call him, but he's hard to get a hold of." I was like, "Cool." You answered the phone on the first ring. You were more than happy to be a part of it, and I'm really grateful. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate it.
For sure, man. Like I mean, I love all things Waco. I moved here in 2019 is when I moved here. Like after living overseas. Obviously came here, played football.
Right.
Left, came back. But since I came back, and I feel like this place is home for me. I made Waco home.
Yeah.
That's when my YouTube channel switched to the Waco Dude.
Gotcha.
And I'm all things Waco.
Right.
And anybody who's in Waco doing things for Waco, I'm about it.
You're for it.
Yeah, man. I don't know a ton about you, but I know that you're a Waco dude, and I'm about it.
Well, we're about to get to know each other very well. And so, okay, this is really funny. And he said that I could tell whatever joke I wanted. So in watching your YouTube channel, I got the perception that maybe you were a little bit more religious than I thought you would be, which is really great, right? Because I love having religious people on the public affairs. It shows the diversity of the show, right? Because this show is everything but that. But anyway, he was like, what can I buy you? You know, I buy all my guests something, whatever they want, because I like to wine and dine my guests. And he was like, oh, just get me a drink. And I was like, well, damn, I don't know if that means alcohol or if that means like he wants a coffee. You know what I mean? And then I was going to be funny and buy a bottle of red wine and call it the blood of Christ. But then I thought you'd get up and walk out. So I was like, no, we're not going to do that. Little offensive.
Nah, I mean, I drink. I'm not.
Do you like red wine?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have bought the red wine.
I lived in Italy.
Oh, darling.
I lived in Florence, Italy, right in the heart of Tuscany.
Okay.
So that's where I kind of developed my enjoyment of wine.
Right.
I didn't really drink until I moved to Germany. He lived in Germany, and you can't live in Germany without drinking beer.
Got you.
So that's where I learned and to enjoy beer.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
In Italy, I learned to enjoy wine.
To enjoy your
all.
vino, that's right. I love me some wine. I love me some red wine. And like I said, Silas Nacita is a very busy man. So he's on a bit of a time crunch today. So we're going to start the timer. I started a little timer. All right, let's do this. All right. So again, thank you for coming on the show. For anybody who might not know who you are, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us who you are, where you're from, all that jazz.
Yeah, dude. From California, born and raised there.
I get that vibe. It's the hair.
Moved to New York. Lived in upstate New York for a year, my freshman year of college. Then transferred out to Waco in 2013 to play football at Baylor. Okay. There's a whole long story attached to that.
Is that a part two-er?
I mean, you could, if you want, you can Google it. It's like there's plenty of documentation.
I can't wait till I can tell somebody that they can Google me.
I
can't wait. There was that one guy, but that's it.
They could definitely Google you.
Yeah,
if they
sure.
Look to find you. At this point, they'll for sure find you.
Yeah, I guess I haven't Googled myself. I haven't tried it. I don't know.
No, I definitely have Googled myself, especially like when everything was happening at Baylor, because I was just like, dude, what are people saying?
Yeah.
Like my natural knee-jerk tendency is to really care about what people think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, but
I'm the same way though. A lot of people say that you shouldn't really care about what people think about you, and I'm so the opposite. Like I get so bothered when people think so negatively about me, or they have the wrong perception of me. Because, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's like,
it's not me.
I mean, it's a normal human thing to be like, I want people to like me.
Right.
So, but anyway, let me circle back around to
you good.
To keep you on track.
Okay.
I'm 27 years old.
Woo.
I live downtown Waco, and this is home for me.
Okay.
Now, after I graduated from Baylor in 2016, I lived overseas, off and on for 4 years.
Okay. Was that in Germany?
Lived in Germany, and I lived in Italy.
In Italy, you said that. Okay.
Yeah. Then I came back here in 2019, July 2019, and felt like this is where I want to make home.
Oh, good. Okay, that's good. Yeah, and you know what? I'm so happy for you to say that, because I'm not from Waco either. I'm actually from New York. I'm from Long Island. And so a lot of people, I think that are from here don't like it here. I've said that in my prior episodes. But Waco's cool. Like, it's cheap. Everything's close to each other. We have everything you need. We have H-E-B. Like, what else, you know what I mean? That has sushi. Like, what else do you need? Right. Now, if Waco had a beach, it'd be perfect. But where would you put a beach, right? Yeah. You know what? So in watching what is your nationality? Not that it matters, but I just want to know. I was getting Middle Eastern vibes. Yeah,
it's the number one question I get. But I always love to re-ask the question, "What do you think?"
Okay, okay. So when I watched your YouTube channel, I was just because Silas Nacita, I was thinking either Italian or Middle Eastern, which I know is like very far apart, but. And then it's just the tone, you know what I mean? Like the skin tone. So I was like, okay, surely he's not Latin. I don't think you're Latin. I don't get Latin vibes from you. I just get like Italian, wine and pasta.
Most people in the southern part of the United States will say Mexican. That was my main guess. When I was living overseas, I got like Syrian, Middle Eastern. Yeah. Because you don't have a lot of Mexicans over in Europe.
Right.
But no, I'm not. I'm actually Filipino.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so I've gotten Pacific Islander.
Yeah,
I've gotten Hawaiian. I've gotten Polynesian. I've gotten Mexican. I get it all. So I'm not too.
I had a crush on a Filipino person one time, and they dumped me. But anyway, hey, if I didn't tell you that I was Puerto Rican, though, what would you have said? What would you have guessed?
Honestly, I might have guessed Puerto Rican because
Really?
you look like
Marcos.
My hair?
Oh, like Marcos got
Y'all
he's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, y'all had the same features. Yeah. I'd probably said Puerto Rican.
But you know what though? So when I moved to Texas, a lot of people thought that I was mixed with black and white, or black and Mexican, or just Mexican, or some people thought I was black. And I was like, well, I'm Puerto Rican. I like to say Afro Latino because like a lot of my family, they look like black people, like they do. And so and then I know like if you get into like the descendancy and all that jazz, and then they're African and so. I mean, I don't want to get all political on here, but no, I'm definitely Puerto Rican.
Well,
so
I'm also mixed, so I'm actually only half. I'm half white.
Oh, got you. Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I mean the pasta and everything. Hey, why don't you talk to us a little bit about your life growing up? You know, I noticed on your YouTube channel, and correct me if I'm wrong here, did you grow up without a father in your life?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
how did that impact you?
Yeah, that was probably the biggest impact in my life.
Okay.
Like as far as like identity and who I am, I mean, so much of a father's role in your life is to like speak that identity into you and what it means to be a man. And so I never had that in my life, which caused just like a ton of problems for me.
Okay. Yeah. So when you say a ton of problems, when you were growing up, did you like have a lot of behavioral issues? Like, were you having maybe daddy issues? Is so inappropriate. You know what I mean? Like, would you say that it affected your behavior growing up because there wasn't a male figure in your life? I mean, did your mom at least have a boyfriend, like a stepdad figure? Or no? Okay.
No.
So she's an independent woman, huh?
Oh, for sure.
Ooh, what's up, mom?
My mom is
I bet she's hot.
A legend.
Yeah.
She was just raised 4 kids on her own.
Wow.
With no husband, no help. And,
yeah.
She's awesome, but that caused tons of problems, bro.
Yeah,
One of them was like sexual addiction. Like,
wow.
When I was a kid, getting hooked on pornography like really quick.
Oh yeah.
And then like the thing is like when my dad left, it wasn't just that my dad wasn't there, but because he left, my mom was working all the time.
Yeah.
Which didn't allow us the opportunity to build a relationship.
Okay.
Which means that like so I didn't really have like a mom or a dad. So I grew up super independent, trying to figure a lot of things out on my own, which like led me to like again sexual addiction.
Yeah.
That was the place where I found love. Like I found affirmation and love through like either porn or just like getting girls.
Wow, that's so weird. Like I've never heard of that. I guess I mean I was fortunate to have both parents in my life. They fought like cats and dogs, and I don't know how they're still together after all these damn years. But you know, I always hear like I hear the single mom story a lot from women, okay? And a lot of women, I never heard that getting addicted to porn, which I want to talk about later because, oh my God, I saw one of your YouTube episodes. I gotta talk about this. Yeah. But getting addicted to porno, I didn't think was like one of the repercussions of not having a male figure in your life. You know what I mean? Yeah. So do you know your dad?
Well, he's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Okay. No, sorry about that. Yeah. But okay.
Well, I mean, I knew him a little bit. He was like in and out of my life, and then when I was 16, he died.
Oh, okay. Got you. Okay. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. Wow. I got a little deep there. Anyways.
That's one of the things that you'll learn fast about me is that I don't do surface level.
Okay.
I don't have a problem going deep, but then also I don't have you don't have to like worry. I drop that on people a lot. I'm just honest, like, yo, he's dead. Like I don't know.
Okay.
Like, but you don't have to feel bad about that.
Right.
It's like, it's not your fault. It's just life that happens.
Yeah. You're just a fluid person.
What do you
say? So you're not scared to shy away from like the skeletons in your closet or the things that you've done or things like I'm the same way. I'm so happy that you're like that. I'm not gonna lie. When I was watching the show, I was like, oh God, I hope he doesn't have like a stick up his ass, and I hope that he's not like very reserved. You know what I mean? Well, and then we didn't know each other either. Right. So I was just referred to you, but then like some of the things that you guys talked about was like really interesting to me. But you know, I really wanted to dive into that because I don't have a lot of men talk about like maybe just having. Well, I've had a few guys on the show talk about they were raised with single moms, and I just didn't think like, you know, everything's just kind of jogging in my mind now when we get to this topic later. But about how pornography was like your, I guess, escape from it? Or
For sure.
Yeah, okay. Wow, that's fucking crazy. So yeah, so okay, so are you the only guy or did you have sisters or?
Yeah, so I have 2 brothers and a sister. I'm the youngest of the 4.
Oh wow, okay, yeah. So would you say that they were more in tune with the relationship with their dad than you were since you were the youngest, or?
Yeah, a little bit more. But based on just like their personality types,
right?
They kind of just like were pretty even killed. Like they had major effects by not having a dad that just is going to have an effect on anyone.
Yeah.
But
okay.
my personality type, I'm just like all in type of person to where like when I do something, I'm just like all in, which means that if it's a good thing, it's going to be great. If it's a bad thing, I'm like,
you're just gonna crash and burn.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. That is crazy to know. Okay. So anyway, you know what? So this is gonna kind of roll me into the next topic. So you're a YouTuber. Okay. So that's how I was able to kind of get to know a little bit about you. I didn't watch all the videos because there was one video that I was watching this morning while I ordered my IHOP on DoorDash. Plug, they gotta pay me for that. And so when I was watching the episode, it started and I was like, oh wait, I don't want to watch it because I really want to get to know him on the show because I want to be able to have like a legit reaction to like your answers. Do you know what I mean when I ask you?
Right.
So being a YouTuber, what inspired you to become a YouTuber or to post videos on YouTube and start the Waco Dude or Dudes?
Yeah, so the channel originally started out just Silas and Nacita. That was my channel.
Okay.
I was living in Germany when I was deciding to move there in 2016. I wanted to document like my adventure over there, so I started a blog.
Okay.
And I started blogging like what I was doing. Hey, I'm about to leave for Germany. Blah blah blah. Took like a couple months, and I was like, dude, this is boring. I hate writing.
Yeah.
I never liked writing papers anywhere in college. Why would I write this? Nor if I'm not gonna read it, why would I want to write?
Right, right.
And so when I was there, I met a kid who was like vlogging, and I was like, he basically explained it to me. And so I started simply by documenting what I was doing over there, and then that morphed into just like so much more.
Right. Were you documenting everything or just like interesting stuff like traveling?
I'd say probably like I did travel, football, and lifestyle. So like just like my personal life I would share, but then a lot of traveling and a lot of football.
Yeah. Is there a vault that we don't know about, Silas?
Vault?
Yeah.
Wait,
videos that you might be able to sell. Never mind. Just go ahead. I'll let you put two and two together and figure it out.
Sorry.
It just went over his head. Okay, I'm sorry.
It did go over my head.
I'll explain later. Go ahead.
Okay, carry on.
Yeah, no. Okay, so so you're documenting your life in Germany, and you're like videographer or or vlogging is what they called it back in the day. I haven't heard that term in a long time. How did you go about building your audience and all? Because I just started this podcast in July. Okay, I'm a little bit less than 1,000 subscribers right now, which I'm really grateful for. And so, I've noticed that you have a really huge following. How did you go about, I guess, building that audience?
Really, it was probably learning what people found interesting.
Okay.
And this is kind of a big part of like my change and like not being super involved with YouTube anymore. Right. In fact, like my YouTube channel is not near as successful as it used to be. Oh, okay. And the big reason it's not is because I'm not producing content that the people want to see that I originally started. So this is my advice to anyone that's starting anything, doing anything. From the beginning of anything that you want to do, you have to figure out what do you really want to do and who do you really want to be. And you have to stay consistent from the beginning. If people don't like you for you being you, like you will end up hating it no matter what you do. So, for example, when I started my YouTube channel, like I was enjoying it at first, and then I kind of like switched it towards like, oh, these are like really successful things. People like this. I'll just continue to do what people are liking. Then I got to the point where I was like, I'm miserable because I'm not really being my full self. Okay. And then like when I moved to Waco and I felt like I should start YouTube again, I like started doing it like more myself. Okay. And like people were like, oh, we don't like this because this is not what you used to be. Right. You know? Right. So it's like if you can build something based on what people want. Yeah. But then like you're gonna have to continue doing what they want rather than getting to be yourself. Exactly. And so to circle back around completely, just giving you the anecdote. No, I'm down with it. How I did to build it was I found a unique niche. Okay. And I just like was consistent and worked at it, like did work every single day. Right. I mean, there was a long time where I got paid nothing and I just hustled, but I will say that to my credit, I loved making videos. So it was not like I was just doing something purely for like audience. Yeah. I loved making the videos and I loved doing it. So like, I did it every single day without pay. Oh, okay, gotcha. And so that consistency, and that unique niche over time, successful.
I think, you know, and I relate so much to what you're just saying, because I know when I first started this channel, me and my producer, the first thing he ever told me was like, you have to be consistent. Like when you miss a week or two, they're going to forget about you. And, you know, since July, we haven't missed a week, right? We've come close, but we haven't done it. And so I think a lot of people, and another thing is too, like people really appreciate the public affair because it's just, like, this is how I am outside of here. You know what I mean? And so I'm not a character. When I invited you, or when I invite anybody, I say, don't be somebody else. I want you, even if you're going to get up and punch me in the face for asking you an offensive question, just do it. Yeah. Because like, it's the legitimacy. It's what people like, you know what I mean? Right. They don't want to see another cartoon character or something. You can like go on Netflix for that. When you come on the public affair, you get legitimacy outing. So yeah, I think that's so, I think that's such good advice for anybody starting an endeavor, because I think a lot of people think that they have to build this character of themselves, you know what I mean? Or they have to do what people like. I'll tell you, I'm not on TikTok because TikTok is such a big fad, you know what I mean? And I don't want to be like sucked into that. And then people like, anyway, moving forward. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about your YouTube channel. So we have the Waco Dudes, right? Okay. And I was watching some of your episodes, and you kind of have like a podcast thing going on as well, right? Or did, at least when you were doing it. Okay.
Yeah, I do.
So one episode that I really want to like spend a lot of time on is an episode that you had with, is it a pastor named Jonathan Pokluda?
Yeah, he was a pastor in town, Harris Creek.
Okay, Harris Creek. Hey, it's Pokluda, right?
Pokluda, yeah.
Pokluda. Okay, so you guys made a really interesting episode to me about pornography, which I was so immediately. First of all, I was attracted to the name because, you know, I love porno. Like, who doesn't, right? And so, you know, when I was watching your reactions to the way that he was talking and you guys the subject, I was really watching how you were like absorbing what he was saying. Yeah. Like I could tell that you were really like paying attention. You were very attentive, and it was really like affecting you. Yeah. So what inspired you to create that episode about pornography?
Well, interestingly enough, I wasn't, like, when I sat down to do the episode, I wasn't going to talk about porn. That wasn't the topic of the video.
Right. Okay.
The topic of the video was more so like about dating. So we're kind of doing this series on dating because he wrote a book called Outdated, and it's supposed to be like what's the proper way to date in our society. And so the topic of the video is going to be more so like, how does like sexuality in dating like affect like your long-term relationship and things like that. And so I called him originally, and I was like, hey, I want to call you. And he's like, well, I'm downtown, I'll just stop by. Okay. And so like quickly morphed kind of more into pornography, which is like a really big part of sexuality.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
In relationship, and so then it kind of got into like how does pornography actually affect you? Yeah. And then by the end of the episode, I was like, well, this video is about pornography. Let's title it that.
Okay, got you. Yeah, so it wasn't really originally about that then.
No.
So I wonder, because you know what, when you mentioned earlier that not having a dad in your life drew you to porn, I want to know how in your mind that was your escapism. Do you see what I'm saying? Because listen, I'm going to be 30 this year, and I love some porn. I think porn is educational. You guys were talking about how evil it was. I was listening, and it was really like, if you guys have a chance, I have to post a link or something because it was so just informative. And you guys were talking about like masturbating and how evil it is, and you know what I mean. And so and then I did watch the dating part as well. I'm jumping around. Anyway, he was talking about how pornography is evil and how masturbation is evil. Can you enlighten some of my, or not enlighten, can you inform some of my viewers what you guys were talking about there?
Yeah, for sure. And I would even hesitate to say the word evil, because when you like put those things together, like pornography is evil, masturbation is evil, like the immediate reaction to that is like, oh, if I do that, I'm evil. Right. And that's like not the heart at all behind it. So it's like, a better way to communicate like what's in our heart in this is, and this is my experience, like as someone who watched porn last week, like who's still like wrestling not to, I don't want to do that, but to communicate it the best, I would say the heart is like, I believe that it has been destructive in my life, and it has hurt me a lot.
Can you elaborate on that? I really want you to dive deep in that, because I really have to like understand.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure. This might be like, just we're gonna have to like take our time to dissect.
Yeah, you go ahead.
This is
I'm here.
Probably the deepest topic of my life that has been so confusing, and I'll even preface the whole thing by saying I don't have all the answers, and I don't know everything. All I know is like what I've experienced in my life.
Okay, got you.
What I've seen. And so where I see it's destructive is that one, it makes like the sexual experience all about what I want. Okay. extreme. Like it's all about consuming.
Right.
And so I'll start from I'll just explain from my life. Like what it's done is it's made me just like when I see girls, immediately go to that place of like, let me just undress them with my eyes. Let's get there.
Yeah.
I just want to use them and then go.
Like objectify them.
Yeah, objectify.
Okay.
I mean, because think about porn. When I watch porn, it's like as soon as you're done, you just turn it off and bye. And then you close it off and it's like, I put it away, done.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing. It kind of trains my brain to be like, that's how I see girls.
Yeah.
Use them, then be done. Close it off. And then when I want it again, pick them up, use them, be done. So that's like one of the many things where I've seen that it'd be destructive in my life.
Yeah.
And so, but I can get into more, but I'll let you jump
No,
in.
but I just want to know because, like, I mean, do you think that there's something wrong with casual sex? Because what if the girl likes that too? Like, so what are you in a relationship right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's pretend you're not in a relationship, and no disrespect to her, I'm sure she's great. Let's pretend before you were in a relationship, okay? Okay. So when you wanted that, and let's say you meet a girl that because I think a lot of people think that girls don't like that too. You know what I mean? And I think I have a lot of friends that are girls too, and they talk about sometimes I just want to have sex. Like, why can a guy do it and girls can't do it? You know what I mean? Like, why can't I look at a guy? So if that's what both parties want, do you think that it's the same connotation? Do you know what I mean? Or do you still think less of a person like that?
So now we're switching away from porn into just like casual sex?
Yeah, I mean, because look, Silas, when I watch porn, I take notes, okay? Because, I like to have casual sex. I'm not in a relationship. So, I definitely have like a friend or two that, that I trust. And it's like when I want that bit of fun, I'm just like, hey, what are you doing tonight? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And most times like I'm with my wife. And so, like sometimes it's just that because I don't have time for a relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, for you, I mean, we talked about how the porn was destructive in your life because it made you just look at a woman and objectify them and say, oh, I'm not going to show them any love. I'm just gonna F them and leave. But what if that's all the girl wants too? Like, what if she just was to F you and leave? Do you think that it's still the same thing, or? Yeah,
so that's like that aspect is one of many of the things that has hurt me. But with that specific scenario, two people who are like consensually, and I've done that before.
Right.
Like it's not like, and hear me when I say it feels good.
Yeah.
And I like in the moment I enjoy it, and like even now as I'm sitting here telling you that I try not to do that. I don't want to do it. Like I still have to fight the desire to like want to do that at times.
Yeah.
And so like where like I see the issue of like two people who are like, oh, we're adults, whatever. That's cool.
Okay.
I think based on like what I deep down want truly is like one person that I get to be intimate with that only that person knows me best. And like when I'm just like casual with somebody and it's just like this fling, I think that there's something deeper to sex that's happening than just like the physical. I believe that. Okay. Right. Okay. So if it truly was just the physical, then I'm 100% with you. Yeah. Like it doesn't matter. Like
I'm just shell shocked right now. Yeah. Go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah. if it truly is just, hey, this is just physical. Yeah. Like, then to me, honestly, I'm like, yeah, let's just do it.
Right.
Like, whenever I want, I'll just do it. But like, I believe that there's something deeper that happens. Okay. And that's more the problem that I see with it.
Right. Okay. No, I do agree with you because I think there has only been like 2 times where I was having just casual sex with somebody. And one of my friends mentioned before, like feelings always get involved no matter how bad you don't want to admit it. Feelings always get involved. And there was only 2 times where I fell for it. Okay. And then they ended up leaving because they have whites. And so, it's like I don't, it's crazy for you to hear that because I like talked about it before. I am so scared because, at 30 years old, I haven't had a serious relationship ever, okay? I've always had flings, and I've always had like, oh yeah, we're talking, whatever. Yeah. But now it's to the point where I'm so regulated to just casual sex that I don't even know how to be in a relationship now. I think I have all the answers, but like, then watching porn, like I just want to do what they do in the video too because it's fun. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, I personally don't think, I think we're all human. Yeah. I think if you're single and, and then you meet somebody else who's single, God, Andrew, shut up. Okay, so let me rephrase that because I definitely have had my share being a side piece. So I think when you find somebody else who wants the same thing as you and it's just consensual and it's just like, let's just do this, whatever, as long as you guys can leave feelings to the sides, which 90% of the time you really just can't. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because at about probably like the 5th time, it becomes like more intimate. I do think that becomes an issue. You made a lot of sense when you said that. And also what I took from the episode too was I think the pastor, correct me if I'm wrong here, was saying that when people watch so much porn, that they lose the intimacy factor of when they're having sex. Like they don't even stare at each other in the eyes. You know what I mean? Like, so they're more like, oh, I'm just gonna like look at their body when I'm doing it, and then that's what's turning me on. Or some guy who I think he was talking about like wear boots when he was masturbating. Now he's asphyxiated with boots or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, God damn.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah.
No, what can you elaborate on that for me, please?
Yeah, and again, I'm not an expert, so from what he's explaining, I mean, it does make sense. Like I have friends, and even it's happened to me in my life, where it's like you can't get turned on, you can't, get hard if you are like with someone because like you're like there's this image that you've like programmed yourself like these are the images like this buffet that I choose from. These things right here will turn me on. Yeah. But without those, like I can't. And so I mean that's personally happened to me once in my life, and I had friends like, dude, I was on a football team. Yeah. Like,
we know the football players.
Like I've seen it all, and like, there's tons of my teammates who like literally would be like, hey, do you have those pills? Like
pills?
Like basically like Viagra.
Oh.
It's like are you talking about like?
Oh wait, like, we're talking about something else now.
We're talking about mid-20s. Yeah. Like in shape, fit men who they know that they're gonna go hook up with a girl. They're not gonna get turned on to the point.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That to elaborate on that point, I've seen that happen. So yeah.
I don't know. I don't have no problems with that. I don't need no Viagra. We can get this popping right now. You know what I mean? Like that's just me. I don't know. Like I think it's crazy when people need like supplements to get into the mood. You know what I mean? I'm DTF all the time. But anyway, no. Did I take from the episode too? You have to correct me if I'm wrong here because I was eating and watching your episode at the same time. That you had a problem, or you still have a problem with kissing your girlfriend because it leads to more than sex, or was that something in the past? Or talk to me about that.
Yeah. So
because I got a kiss. Like
yeah. It's like for me, it's not that I don't have the freedom to kiss. I can kiss her if I want to at any point. And we've talked about it. Like, we have that desire. I've told her, I want to kiss you. Yeah. But, like, I set that boundary early on that, look, I'm not going to kiss you because, like I said before, I'm an all-in person. If I kiss her, I'll straight up have sex with her. Like, that's, like, for me, it's like I'm not satisfied with just the surface level. Okay. Like, I want the depth of life in anything that I do. Right. And so, like, for me, if my goal is to say I want to save sex for marriage, then for me, I have to set that boundary now. Okay. Because, like, again, this is where for me, knowing myself, sexual addiction, like I will desire that so much, and I've seen how that has clouded my brain to where I cannot view the person that I love the right way.
So are you being abstinent now until you get married?
Yes.
Wow. How was that decision like? That's got to be really hard. I mean, especially being in a relationship.
Yeah, for sure. But like,
because I don't know,
I'm not a virgin.
Well, yeah, no.
I've had sex before.
Yeah,
bro, I was married.
You were married.
I was married. Okay. In 2018, got married to my college sweetheart, basically. Yeah. And like this is part of the reason why I'm so passionate about like porn, because it affected me and it even linked into my marriage and hurt the intimacy of my marriage.
Really? Is that because of the things that we talked about earlier, like where you guys weren't even staring each other in the eyes, like you were just
not so much that. Like I wouldn't say to the
wild
point.
To me. Yeah, dude. Okay, I'm listening. Go ahead.
To the point where, like, yeah, I mean, I know that there were many times in my marriage that, like, having sex, so much of it was about me and not like serving, not creating an intimacy with each other, but it was like me consuming. Wow. And like, this is crazy that like it kind of takes you some imagination to understand. Yeah. But like that hurts the intimacy of a relationship when it's just like, even if you like, regardless if we're having sex, if she doesn't even know that I'm just consuming in my brain, like I'm just getting something out of it. She doesn't know that, but it's still like hurting us. And then it leaks over in the way I treated her, and I didn't treat her the best way as I could, and it led to like a whole another thing. That's kind of the reason why I'm back in Waco. I ended up coming back to Waco because she was like, dude, I don't want to see you. You need to go to Waco.
This is so crazy to me. Yeah. I'm Silas.
It's real, bro.
Oh my God, we need another hour. Hold on a second. So you're saying you were a man whore back in the day. Let's just put it out there, right? Would you say so? I mean, you used to objectify men.
If you define, however you want to define it, but I would say that, and I would still say, look, I don't know if I'd call myself a a sexual addict, but maybe I would. Either way, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What I do know is that I have a strong tendency to desire sex in the way that I believe is wrong and is hurtful to me.
Wow. I have to rethink a lot of the choices. This is fucking crazy. Okay. Excuse me. No, this is wild. Okay, wait, hold on a second. Let's backtrack here. Okay. I saw in the episode that you okay. So you don't kiss your girlfriend unless you guys are about to have sex. Is that what I'm understanding? Or you just don't kiss your girlfriend at all?
No. We are not kissing, period.
Wow. And she's okay with that?
Yeah.
How long have you guys been together? If I'm getting too personal, you have to stop me. Okay.
Nah, dude.
Yeah, I'm in. All right, let's go. We're in. Let's do it.
We started dating.
Okay.
Well, we started be like really getting to know each other in October.
Okay.
And then I asked her to be my girlfriend January 12th.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when you guys, oh God, when you guys had the conversation, okay, so when you, sorry guys, sorry. Okay. Abstinence. So you made the choice when to become abstinent. Was it after your marriage ended in 2018 or?
Okay, see, that's interesting. Like,
yeah.
I don't think that.
Because don't you think when you're getting a divorce, you want to go out and have, like a lot of people just want to go have casual hoary sex. Like, you know what I mean? And
for sure. And I mean, that was like a temptation, if you will. I'm going to try to shy away from using church terms because I'm not big on church terms.
Okay, but you use whatever terms you want. This is great. Yeah.
So like there was that call, that polling to go do that during that time, especially like, I mean, I felt rejected. I felt abandoned. Like, I made a lot of mistakes, but at the end of like, I wanted to work it out. I wanted to let's give it a shot. And she was like, nah, I don't want to do this.
Okay, next.
And so like, there's like rejection, abandonment. Like I felt worthless. I felt like, man, this is just like the worst. And so like the pull towards like finding satisfaction and just like casual sex was stronger than it ever had been. Right. But at that point in my life, I was like, look, I've done this before and it doesn't, like, I don't end up being satisfied. Okay. I'm just going to have to do it again and again and again. And each time I do it, then like the next morning, I'm just like, I feel worse.
Wow, really?
Yeah, for sure.
No, I love the morning after.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
God, it's the devil and the angel here. Let's go. Okay, sorry.
And like, I mean, ultimately, no, I'm not an angel and you're not the devil. Like, we are this, like, there's nothing different between me and you.
For sure.
Zero. No, there's zero. Like, you have your pull towards, you say you're gay? Mm-hmm. So your pull towards gay sex, whatever, is the same to me in my mind as my pull towards heterosexual sex. It doesn't, to me, like, the intimacy level, like, to me, they're both wrong pulls. Yeah, yeah. Because, like I said, it's like, ultimately, and this is where it just like comes down to what you believe. Like, I think that if God is real, which I believe he is. Yeah, me too. And he designed sex to look like this. Yeah. Regardless of what I like feel like desire to do, if I do it if I do it not in his design, then it's going to hurt me. That's what I believe, which is what has happened in my life. And so, we're going to just keep going.
This is so great. Like, you don't understand how much I love this conversation right now. Dude, no, sure. Because like, oh, wow. Okay, wait. So, you become abstinent. I'm still on the abstinence thing because like, I've never... I'm so not judging. I think what you guys are doing is so great. I think that what you guys, I applaud it, especially for her sake, because let me tell you something. I can't have no man who's not even going to kiss me. I can understand waiting for sex, which I'm not trying to wait either. But because I have sex on the first date. You know, you got to test drive the car before you drive it. You know what I mean? You do. And now my standards are so low. I almost called you Nacita, Silas. Is that all you have to do is take me to Cheddar's and then we can totally get this down. Like, you know, that's how like narrow-minded I've become. And I know it's not good. You know what I mean? And eventually I'll get to the place where I can learn to like appreciate a real relationship and a person in my life and we can like make a connection and stuff like that. But what was the conversation like with you and your girlfriend, who I have got to meet her now? I really got to call her on the phone. And what was the conversation for you to be like, okay, so here's the thing. We can be boyfriend and girlfriend, right? But we're not going to kiss and we're not going to have sex until we get married. Because I'd be like, let's get married right now. We can go to Vegas. So what was that conversation like for you? And how did she take it?
Yeah. I love that conversation. It was so good, dude.
Really?
I told her, let's see here. We started, I asked my girlfriend like on a Tuesday. Yeah. I decided like that weekend that I wasn't going to kiss her. Then that Monday I was like, I told her, I was like, I've been thinking about this a lot. And I know my past. I know what I'm capable of if like we go there. Okay. And I like want to value the best way that I can, like in the highest level of value, like of what you're worth, not just for your body, but all of you.
Right.
I believe that the best way that I can do that is if I don't kiss you. And she actually started crying and said, I have never respected you more.
Wow. I think I would have left you. Like, that is so great though, but that is so awesome. You know what I mean? Like, wow. I'm shook. He shook me, guys, on my own show. I always shake the guest, and you've got me shooken right now because I don't know that I can be in a relationship like that. Like, do you guys hold hands and stuff at least? Or, okay, like
I kiss her on the forehead, on the cheek.
Just kiss on the lips, the same thing.
Nah, because like here's still think about.
Okay.
For me, I have never like started getting handsy with someone.
Okay.
By like making out with their forehead.
No. I mean, you don't have to make out, but like, what's wrong with a little, like a peck? Like, you know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah. So there's nothing wrong with a kiss.
Right.
There's nothing. But for me,
for you personally,
I cannot just do that without like being like, I need more. I want more. And I know myself because like going back to it, I desired the like depth of life. I want the most out of life.
Okay.
And so with anything I do, I started like dancing a year and a half ago. When I first got into dancing, I just like went all out and just like got like super into it.
Were you a
Same thing with
Jabberwocky?
tennis. No. I'm talking about like country dancing, partner dancing.
Oh, cute.
Same thing with tennis. I got into tennis and like it took me like 2 weeks to like get shoes, get wristbands, get a headband, get like all of the things.
Yeah.
It's just everything I do. If I like really like something, I just like dive into it.
Right.
And so that's where for me, it's like if I'm gonna kiss her, like it's like it's gonna be like awakening like such a strong desire for me that I don't want to have if I want the choice of I don't want to have sex with you.
Right.
Then I'm not gonna kiss you.
Now it's not that you don't want to have sex with her. You're just taking a different approach of things because obviously you find her attractive, and you're like struggling. Like, listen, I would totally bone you right now, but like, just that's not how you're going about things right now, correct?
100%, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a normal human being. I'm a man.
Yeah, for sure.
Of course, I desire that.
Yeah.
But like, it's like, if I think that this is what's best for you,
okay,
I have to like limit myself because I want what's best for you, not what's easiest now.
Right. Okay. So how do you now fulfill that desire as a man? Because if you don't masturbate and you don't watch porn and you don't have sex, how do you keep, Silas, you can't keep that all in. Okay. You can't. No. Like, it's been since what? You said October at least?
October since when?
Since you've last had sex.
July of last year, maybe.
Nah.
Yeah.
Oh God, I would have died. Hey, no, you know what? Listen, Silas, kudos to you. I think that is so great. I think that's what I appreciate about the human race is because we're all so different. I've never met a man as attractive as you, no homo, who has just done that. You know what I mean? And I'm sure your girlfriend is hot too. And oh God, I bet you guys are just waiting for the day. But you know what? Maybe it gives you something to look forward to. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like we're gonna get a nice little beach house, and it's gonna be on and popping. Yeah. So do you think when you're married, it'll be like regularly? I guess like.
Well, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
okay.
In that way.
Wow.
It's like really, really, really good. Like sex is a great gift from God, I believe.
I believe so too.
And it's like I don't know where God became a bad guy with sex.
Right.
It's like he invented it. It's not like people just like started doing it. He's like, oh, what are they doing? What? No, like he invented it, and so it's like if he invented it, it's a good thing.
Right.
But like when we just like anything else, if you like do it the wrong way, if you twist it and you manipulate it, and then like it can hurt you, and that's what I believe. I
would like to know what the wrong way of sex is. I really would. I have this joke that I have a lot of straight guy friends. Don't judge me here, okay?
Bro, I'm not gonna ever judge you.
I have a lot of straight guy friends, and like they'll make fun of me about like being gay or whatever, which I'm so down with. I love gay jokes. I think gay jokes are the funniest thing. I'm a huge traitor to my community. I'm sorry guys, but they're funny. They're funny, and so they'll be like, oh, you're the one who does this, like inappropriate things, and I'm like, yeah, but you stick your thing in that's disgusting. Like that's so abnormal, and they sit there and they laugh at me. You know what I mean? And so when you were talking earlier about like God created it this way, I have lots of questions for God when I get to heaven or if I get there, but. You know what I mean? Just wow. I think that is so informative, Silas. I I applaud you. Hats out to you. What are some things that you do, maybe for the person that's watching this episode who might be struggling with the same addiction that you did? Because, God, you know, I had never viewed pornography as an addiction. It doesn't make me late for work. It's not evil for me. It's just like fun pastime. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion and view on it. But to the person that might be feeling that they're struggling with that, or struggling with, you know, they can't masturbate because it's wrong, or they can't have sex or kiss their girlfriend or boyfriend, what do you do to fulfill desires that are not that then?
Yeah, dude. And that's a great question. And like, that's such a fight it's a struggle. Like it's for sure a struggle. And the key is, well, first off, you kind of have to realize with addiction, it's like, for me, the question, I was like, dude, I'm not addicted to porn. Right. I'm not addicted to this. But then the question was like, if I really wanted to stop doing this, could I? And the answer was like, wait a second. I can't. I'm having such a hard time. This is not actually right. So to me, that's addiction. For that's when I accepted that I was right. But the desire. That's a great question. It's like, okay, well, where do you put that desire? It's clearly in me, and that's like
in you.
That's where for me, it's like learning how to redirect that desire to healthy things, healthy ways. For example, in our relationship, like. When I have that desire, because I do have the desire to be physically intimate with my girlfriend, right? I redirect that into, hey, I'm gonna redirect that desire into I'm gonna take you out and let's go enjoy something that you love to do. Let me redirect that desire to serve you in a way that you love to be served. Wow. Or when I'm not with her and I'm feeling that desire, now instead of going to porn. Okay. And again, that's a desire. For me, I'm like, oh man, I need to go to porn right now. Yeah. In those moments now, my mindset is, let me redirect that desire for porn to how can I love her better in this? Well, I can call her up and ask her how she's doing. For me, I'll pray for her. Yeah. And I'll be like, I'm just going to pray for her that she has a great day. Okay. Whatever she's overwhelmed with, I'm going to pray that those things would go away. I'm going to drive over to her house and drop off something like a gift, a flower, a coffee, or whatever. It's just basically redirecting that really strong desire to other things. And dude, I'm with you. And then for the longest time, I'm like, is this even possible? Okay, it seems impossible to do. Yeah. But at this point now, I believe it is possible to not have to fulfill that sexual need.
That is just so wild to me. Yeah. As much as I think it's so crazy and that you are just absolutely bonkers, I have to say that I have a lot of respect for you too, because wow. Okay. So, so did you just say earlier that you watched porn last week? Mm-hmm. And you just watch it? You just watch it? You're just like, okay, that's cute. When I get married, I'm doing this. You know what I mean?
No, it was.
Yeah. Or did you I guess maybe relapse in that addiction, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I guess however you want to communicate it or call it, I watch porn and I gave in to the easy release of, let me just watch porn real quick because I have this desire and I want it to be satisfied. Right. That was a week ago. And it's just like with anything else, addiction, you can call it relapse or whatever. Right. And now it's okay, but that doesn't define who I am. All right. Now, I still want to go here, and I'm still striving to go here. Right. And that's where I'm going to continue to go. And just because I failed there, and from my view, I failed. I'm going to keep going forward. Yeah. And again, because I desire this doesn't mean that I'm perfect and I can't and I'm going to get it right every time, but this is where I want to go. Right. So this is how I'm going to get there.
Wow. And so do you communicate that with your girlfriend? When something like that does happen, hey girl, I watch porn, and does she get upset with you?
So yeah, that's a great question. Yeah. So that happened, let's see, two Tuesdays ago. So 2 weeks ago. And then Friday I talked to her about it. I told her, and I was like, hey, this is what happened. Yeah. And before we even really started dating, I had told her about a majority of my past and my history of how it got started and all that stuff. But she responded just really, really kindly and with grace, and was she just listened to me while I tried to explain it. But and it's hard for me. So I was at one point too, I was crying, and she was like, wow. She's like, I care. She's like, I care about you. It's okay. But here's the deal. like we are going to pursue the freedom from this, like together, like I'm believing that we can get there.
Right.
So it's like, hey, it's okay. Like I don't condemn you. I don't judge you.
Yeah.
But I'm going to remind you like we're moving forward.
Let me tell you something. In 2021, I bet the only thing us women and men want is for our spouse to say, I got something to tell you that's deep. I watched porn. That's it. Like, that's what my man's telling me. Oh, at least he didn't cheat on me. Like, that's cute. You know what I mean? At least he didn't try no hardcore drugs. Wow. God, I know we're running out of time here. Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you for that insightful information, and I have so many more questions. But I want to talk to you a little bit more about your personal life. So you don't have sex, great. What do you do? I guess outside of, I mean, are you still creating content on YouTube as often, or like what are some fun pastimes? We mentioned that you hang out with Marcos Cordero and stuff like that. What are some things that Silas likes to do outside of the YouTube and the working and not having sex? Like, what do you like to do? That's crazy. I'm sorry. God damn it. Sorry. Okay, no, go ahead. I'm not judging. I just see Rebel on your arm, and I'm like, no, he's high as hell. What's that? No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, dude, I love to do CrossFit.
Sweet.
Work out a lot.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
Work out a lot.
Okay.
I love to go dancing at Melody Ranch.
Country dancing.
Country dancing.
Hold on. Excuse me. Backtrack. You go to Melody Ranch. You said you drink sometimes?
Yeah, I drink.
How? Okay, when I drink, you know, there's a lot of people who drink and the alcohol affects them differently. Like they want to fight somebody, they want to use illicit drugs. When I drink, I want to have some nice sex. How do you then fight the temptation of not having sex when you drink?
I don't drink that much.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't drink that much. Because, I mean, that's happened to me in the past. Like, if I drink a lot, I get really flirty. I get much more, like, lovey, touchy.
Yeah.
And in the past, there's been times where, like, I've, like, kind of got close to that line, and I could feel myself definitely like being more touchy with like girlfriends of mine. Yeah. And so just being aware of that. So like, I drink, but like being aware, also having my boys around knowing that. I'm like, hey, look, here's the deal. If I drink and I can like feel something, I might get that, so you have to watch my back on that.
Yeah. Good group of friends.
Yeah.
Great group of friends. Yeah. Marcos, great group of friends.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so Melody Ranch dancing, and you do CrossFit. I love watching your CrossFit videos, not for any pleasurable means. I just think that they're really cool because I just started working out in September at Circle Soccer Academy, and I've lost almost 50 pounds. And so,
bro, that's a big deal.
I know, it really is. I feel so great. Like I said, I don't sweat and run out of breath anymore. I look at my pictures, like I look at my old ass episodes of the Public Affair Silas. Look at them, and then look at like this episode. You know what I mean? You could see. And so, what other things do you like to do outside of that? Do you like playing games? I mean, like
I love doing any type of sport.
Sweet.
So I play sand volleyball with friends. I love to play tennis.
Okay.
I play musical instruments. So I play piano and guitar. And
you're literally a jack of all trades, aren't you?
I just love
And what's your girlfriend's name?
Taylor,
darling, shout out and kudos to you, girl. I love you. And you got to give me some tips, and I'm going to give you some tips. Anyway, okay. Well, Silas, I know we're running out of time. You got to go. Thank you so much for coming on to this episode. If we could talk here for 2 more hours, but I would love the opportunity to meet you and Taylor outside of this forum. I would love to sit down and talk to you guys some more, maybe have you guys both on in the future. Ooh, after you're married. That'd be great. Yeah, we'll do a part 2, and we'll have both, because I want to talk about how that was like.
Taylor is not as open book as I am.
Oh, I'll break Taylor. We got this. Okay. There's nothing a little bit of apothic red wine won't get you out of, okay? Especially close. Anyway, Silas, what's next for you?
In life?
Yeah.
I'm hopefully going to get married to Taylor soon.
He said soon, like tomorrow.
No, honestly, like...
Just whenever.
Seriously.
Whenever it happens,
like, in reality, it's like, look, I have that desire to have sex. There's no point in us, like, if I know that this is the girl who I want to spend my life, I'm not going to have a 10-month engagement or 2 years of dating. There's no point.
Right.
Like, I want to have sex. I do.
Yeah.
But, like, I want to do it the right way. So, that and then just living in Waco, dude. I'm going to buy a house probably pretty soon.
Okay.
Like, work. I love what I do. I have a video production company that's doing really well. I do a lot of work with a couple of car dealerships in town. Gotcha. And then I'm just here, man.
That is what's up. You guys can see the Waco Dudes on YouTube. It's literally youtube.com/the Waco Dudes, correct? Yeah. I really want you guys to watch the pornography episode. It really shook me. I'm shook right now. I'm going to try and be abstinent too. I'll let you know how that goes by the time this episode comes out. My producer was staring at me. Go to hell. Okay? Yeah, he was laughing at me. I could do it. Okay, Mike? Yes, I can. All right. I can. I went 2 weeks that one time. Okay. Anyway, Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of The Public Affair. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/thepublicaffair. Check out Silas, Nacita, and the Waco Dudes, youtube.com/the Waco Dudes. Watch the pornography episode. I'm telling you guys, it was great. Before we go, I definitely want to give a shout out to a few more of our sponsors of The Public Affair. Of course, to Elite Barbershop with my boy Sid Rodriguez. He's located on Hewitt Drive. You can download the Cut app or call the number on the screen to book. He's also got Marcus Guerrero over there, Chris Reyes, and Santos Cordova, making you look all hot and sexy for the weekend and sultry. Sid, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, the Fat Boy Michelada and Botana with Junior Banda. He provides the best micheladas and botana plates for yourself or for a party. He's locally operated. Make sure you get the best and not the rest, darling. Junior, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode. Of course, to Joe Olvera with Inspire Roofing and Home Improvement. He focuses on commercial and residential roofing, also 25-year and 30-year shingle roofs and all exterior needs. So make sure you call the number on the screen for Inspire Roofing and Home Improvement. Joe, thank you so much for sponsoring this episode and for being a part of The Public Affair as well, episode 40. And then, of course, I got Dominic Gutierrez and Ariana Gutierrez with Soco Soccer Academy located on Franklin Drive. They offer team, small group, and individual skill training. Silas, why are you laughing? You gotta come try. They also have open play on Friday nights and specialize in soccer training and fitness training with Dominic Gutierrez and Isaac and Brendan Carrillo. That's why I look all hot and sexy. I'm repping my Soco.
Hey, let me do one of them.
You want to try one?
Let me
Here, try.
Do you have another sponsor I can give you?
Which one? Marcus?
I don't know. Just give me one.
I'll let you do Marcos. Here you go.
I'm gonna
try it.
I'm gonna try to do it.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, thank you for Midway Nutrition, Marcos Cadera. He would drive in. He specializes in meal replacement shakes, tons of flavors. I was the other day, and I got this really one. He's got healthy meal replacements, Waco Nutrition, energy. Shout out to Marcos Cordero for being a
yeah, that was cute.
sponsor on my channel.
I don't sound like that either. Silas, thank you so much
for hard Latin accent, bro.
Thank you so much for coming on to this episode of The Public Affair. I really appreciate your honesty. I appreciate the banter. I appreciate you being open. For sure. I can't wait to see what's next for you, and I'm going to that wedding. I don't care if you guys invite me or not. I'm so there because
I'm not gonna let you go.
Yeah, I'm not, nobody on any permission for shit. Okay. Thank you guys again for watching this episode of The Public Affair. Episode 43 was so awesome. I appreciate Silas so much, and don't forget, darling, to always keep it between us. That was fucking great.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.
Are you a podcaster? Let's talk podcast hosting. Are you tired of your current podcast host? Need real support in a community that gets it? At Rogue Media Network, we offer top-tier podcast hosting services to help you thrive. From hosting and distribution to dedicated support, we've got you covered. Starting as low as $25 a month. Join our community of passionate podcasters today. Contact us at hello@roguemedianetwork.com.